Second, while we talk about time management and how the Prophet ﷺ managed his time. One of the most well-known surahs in the Quran, or chapters in the Quran, is Wal Asr, by the token of time. Allah swears by time in the Quran. He says, by the token of time, indeed mankind is at a loss. But there's an exception, and that exception involves three categories of people. Those who believe and do good deeds, that's one. Also encourage others towards truth, and patiently persevering. First of all, if you want to manage your time properly, you have to believe. You have to have faith. You have to believe in something, even if it's a higher power or a supernatural being. Whatever it is that you believe in, you have to have firm belief in your heart, and you have to do deeds which are righteous for you. Because if you do things which aren't good for you, in fact, you'll be wasting your time, and then you'll be at a perpetual loss within your time. The Prophet ﷺ and the early companions of Islam, they prioritized their time with acts of worship, which were in fact righteous deeds. And it's through those acts of worship, which in fact they put barakah and blessings in their time. The Prophet has an interesting hadith, which I want to relate right now, where he says towards the end of time, people would go through a day and it would feel like it was only an hour. And an hour would feel like the flickering of a light. A month would feel like a day, and a year would feel like a month. I started to think about this hadith at first as something which was literal. Like in the last times, a month is really going to be like a week. But then as I thought about it a little bit more, I feel like it had to be metaphorical, because time does feel like it's moving faster, but is it actually moving faster? Did the companions have the same 24 hours that we have, or was their 24 hours a little bit longer than ours? I would have to come to the conclusion that it must have been the same 24 hours that we have, except that there was more blessing in their time and they used it more wisely, because they prioritized belief and acts of worship within their time, and they didn't waste it doing things which have no benefit, which actually compromise their belief and have no righteous acts within them, like scrolling social media all day without any point, just going to the next TikTok reel just to be entertained. These things hamper your belief and actually are the opposite of righteous deeds. So if you prioritize your time with belief, foundation, and also doing righteous deeds, then in fact, I believe you will put more blessing in your time and you'll be able to accomplish more. Keep on walking with me. So as we conclude, let us look at the other two ingredients to this recipe. Encouraging one another towards truth, and then patiently persevering. Truth has to be the foundation of everything we do, because a lie eventually will be exposed. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala tells us in the Quran, the truth has come and lies have vanished, because the truth by its nature will vanquish and extinguish lies which are weak and feeble. So we have to stand on the truth, whatever we do. And if we stand on the truth and be on the side of the truth, we'll find that our time seems like it's more, even though it may not actually be more. Because there's two ways to increase your time, either in quantity or quality. When you stand on business and stand on the truth, you're improving the quality of your time. And that increase in quality can actually seem like there's an increase in quantity. I'm gonna give you the example of the dollar bill and then other currencies. The dollar bill, if you go to a country like, let's say, India versus the rupee, nothing against India, but the rupee is valued a lot less than the dollar. You could be a millionaire in rupees, but it wouldn't mean much to somebody who lives with dollars, because the rupee doesn't have as much value. The quality of the rupee is less, so therefore, even if you had more quantity, it wouldn't mean much. Similar to your time. If the quality of your time is not there, you're lying, you're not standing on business, you're not doing righteous deeds, and even if you have more quantity of your time, it won't feel like more because there's no quality. So improve the quality of your time by standing on business, by being truthful, by preferring the truth, by doing deeds of righteousness, and in fact, it will seem like you increase the quantity of your time. Lastly, be patient. And that means be patient with the results. When you stand on business, when you do righteous deeds, when you're encouraging others towards the truth, just be patient with the results. You do the right thing and let Allah take care of the rest. Allah got you. Wal Asr, by the token of time, mankind is at a loss, except for those who believe, do righteous deeds, encourage one another towards the truth, and then patiently persevere. Do your job and then be patient with the results. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will put barakah and blessings in your time, and you'll be able to accomplish so much more. It's your brother Imam Muhammad Abdullah. I ain't got no more time to waste. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.